I'm a Pisces. I love really, really, really hard, but I'm happy to, love somebody who wanna, love somebody back. You know what I'm saying? He is just such a sweetheart. Ain't nobody tell him to tie my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he laced it right. It was so funny. But he's definitely a sweetheart, and he deserved the best, and I am the best.
Claressa Shields just got hit with a bombshell that no one saw coming. The undefeated champion disqualified, and it's not because of a fight. It's because of a pregnancy shocker. And guess who's laughing all the way through the chaos? None other than Remy Ma. This isn't just drama, it's war, and the truth behind it might ruin more than one career. It started with a whisper and ended in chaos. News broke late into the night. Claressa Shields had been officially disqualified from her highly anticipated upcoming match. At first, fans scrambled to understand what happened. Most assumed it had to be an injury. After all, Claressa is one of the toughest athletes in the game. But when sources began to reveal the real reason, everything changed. She was pregnant. Not only that, but her team had reportedly kept it quiet, holding off the news until the very last moment. That silence wasn't just strategic, it sparked outrage. Officials from the league were reportedly furious, accusing her camp of intentionally delaying the disclosure. Word of an internal investigation spread fast. Within a matter of hours, Claressa's name was trending, but not in celebration. Questions swirled online. Who's the father? Why was the pregnancy hidden? And what did Remy Ma have to do with it? Because while Claressa's world seemed to fall apart, Remy was out here smiling like she'd just won the lottery. The whole story feels like a movie. Just a few months ago, people started noticing something odd. Claressa was getting unusually close to Papoose, who, for anyone unaware, is Remy Ma's husband. At first, it looked like a friendship built on mutual respect. The two were seen together at boxing events, press runs, and even music industry meetups. But then the vibe shifted. Videos started popping up, backstage clips, sneaky side conversations, that kind of thing. Nothing too obvious, but enough to raise eyebrows. Then came the photos. Papoose and Claressa together, too close for comfort. No hand-holding, no kissing, but the body language said it all. Fans were buzzing. Rumors flew. And just when it felt like things might boil over, Remy made her move. Not with words, but with carefully chosen silence. A string of cryptic Instagram posts began popping up on her feed. Phrases like "loyalty isn't optional" and "you'll always regret who you betray" had people glued to their screens. Then came the bombshell, Claressa's pregnancy. And suddenly, the dots started connecting themselves. Remy Ma didn't need a press release to make her feelings known. Her response came in the form of a single smirk. During a podcast appearance, someone brought up Claressa's name casually. The moment they did, Remy let out a soft laugh, leaned back in her chair, and said, "Some people learn the hard way." It was the kind of moment that goes viral before the podcast even finishes recording. Within minutes, that clip had hit every corner of the internet. But she didn't stop there. Later that day, she posted a flawless selfie with a caption that read, "Unbothered." No names. No shade, just pure, cold confidence. Fans were quick to interpret it. The message was clear. She knew, she saw, and she wasn't playing the victim. She was playing the villain and loving every second of it. Behind the scenes, her closest friends reportedly tried to calm her down, advised her to take the high road. But sources say Remy looked them dead in the eye and said, "I don't care no more." And just like that, the internet exploded. Twitter became a battleground. Instagram flooded with memes. TikTok creators started crafting timelines like detectives, analyzing every interaction Claressa and Papoose had over the past year. The fanbase was divided right down the middle. On one side, people were defending Claressa, saying pregnancy is a private matter and that she doesn't owe anyone an explanation. On the other side, brutal takedowns. Posts accusing her of being calculated, of being reckless, of clout chasing at the cost of a legacy. One tweet read, "You fumbled the bag, the belt, and the respect for pillow talk." That tweet hit 50,000 likes within hours. YouTubers uploaded reaction videos calling it the most embarrassing moment in boxing history. And just like that, the woman once known as the greatest woman of all time now found herself in the biggest mess of her life. The consequences are already showing. Multiple brands are reportedly pulling back. One source close to a major sports apparel company claimed, "She's too hot to touch right now." Sponsors that once celebrated her are allegedly holding emergency meetings. Some insiders believe her team knew about the pregnancy all along, but kept it hidden to secure the match payout. If true, that could mean major penalties. Even worse, it might be a wrap for her eligibility this season. But it's not just about contracts. It's about image. It's about the trust fans placed in her. And the one person whose silence is making it all worse? Papoose. Not a word. No denial. No defense. Just complete, eerie silence. And that silence? It's louder than anything else happening in this scandal. Damage control is coming. Her PR team is no doubt scrambling. But in this kind of storm, words might not be enough. Not when the damage is already done and everyone's just waiting for someone to say something real. Now people are wondering what happens next. Some believe this is the end of Claressa's boxing career, that she'll retire quietly and disappear from the spotlight. Others see a redemption arc. They say she'll come back stronger, new baby in hand, ready to reclaim her throne. But the Papoose question won't go away. If he really is the father, what does that mean for Remy Ma's marriage? Divorce rumors are already swirling. Some say it's only a matter of time before the papers are filed. Others think this whole thing was orchestrated, that it's part of a rollout, either for a reality show, a music video, or an album promo. The drama's too perfect, too messy, too well-timed. But whatever the truth is, the internet isn't letting it go. Every tweet, every silence, every side-eye, it's all being watched, dissected, and replayed in slow motion. Because in this kind of scandal, no one's safe. Not the fighter, not the rapper, not even the man in the middle. It's wild how fast things can fall apart. One moment you're on top of the world, respected, undefeated, unstoppable. The next, your name is being dragged across the internet like it never meant anything. That's the power of betrayal, of secrets, of timing. When someone you trust flips your world upside down, there's no easy fix. And in Claressa's case, the silence, the confusion, and the pain are all too real. This isn't just a scandal. It's a heartbreak. It's a cautionary tale. And it's not over, not by a long shot. What do you think? Is this all a giant misunderstanding, or the truth finally coming to light? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear it all. And if this story had you locked in from start to finish, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe, because this saga, it's just getting started. When Claressa's pregnancy news first leaked, fans didn't know how to react. One moment, she was gearing up for the biggest fight of her career, and the next, she was being disqualified and pulled from the competition due to the shocking announcement. The headlines exploded. Social media lit up. And before anyone could catch their breath, whispers started spreading like wildfire. The baby wasn't just unexpected, it was allegedly linked to a scandal far more personal. That's when Remy Ma's name came crashing into the story. People were confused. How was Remy even involved? Then a video started circulating, showing Remy laughing loud and unbothered right after the announcement was made. She didn't issue a statement, didn't clarify anything, and that silence made everything worse. Viewers began speculating. Was she laughing because Claressa was out of the game?
We all know that Remy was already out here having her little boy toy or whatever friend. He done came out and done said it that they were in a relationship 2 years.
Wow.
So don't look at me and say, oh, you just came and messed up this happy home and stuff like that. Because that's not what happened.
Because that relationship was already over.
That was already over.
Claressa, had been publicly supporting Remy for a while. They weren't just two women in the spotlight. They'd shared Instagram shoutouts, backstage moments, and heartfelt quotes about each other's strength. To most fans, they were sisters in hustle. So when the rumor hit that Claressa's baby might be linked to Remy's husband, Papoose, it felt like a betrayal pulled straight from a soap opera. Nobody wanted to believe it at first. But then came the timelines. The old photos. The blurry videos showing Claressa and Papoose at the same events. And the awkward tension in Remy's recent interviews? Suddenly, it all started to connect. Behind the scenes, insiders began talking. People who claimed to be close to the situation said Remy had known for weeks about the pregnancy, but didn't think Claressa would go public. That's why, when the disqualification happened and it hit the news cycle, Remy allegedly laughed. Not because it was funny, but because, in her mind, Claressa had finally exposed herself and taken the fall before Remy even had to lift a finger. Meanwhile, Claressa's team was scrambling. Her career was in jeopardy. Sponsors were pulling back. Contracts were being reviewed. Some fans stuck by her side, saying a woman shouldn't be punished for getting pregnant. But others said this was about more than motherhood. This was about loyalty, trust, and the damage done to everyone involved. If Papoose really was the father, how long had this been going on? How deep did the lies go and the family reactions? They've been just as explosive. Sources say Remy's inner circle is furious. Not just because of the baby, but because of the embarrassment. This wasn't just gossip. This was national news. People were talking more about Claressa's stomach than her gold medals. And for a woman like Remy, who's built her image on power,